Pyramid rose from the earth in 2307 BC, not in Egypt, but in the mist-cloaked foothills of ancient China, where bamboo forests whispered to the wind and the river below sang a low, eternal hymn. 4,000 years later, its dark silhouette still dwarfed the Great Pyramid of Giza, a silent monolith that had never felt the touch of modern hands until 1987. That year, a thin-skinned farmer named Chen from Xiangshan County felt his plow strike something solid, something that resisted the iron blade as if it were made of bone. He paused, hard hammering, and brushed away the topsoil. What he uncovered was not the usual grey limestone of the region, but a slab of black stone that seemed to drink the sunlight. The farmer's breath fogged in the cool air as he called out, "What is this?" The call travelled miles to the office of Dr. Li Wei, a meticulous archaeologist with a reputation for chasing anomalies. Li arrived at the site at dusk, the sky bruised purple, and knelt in the damp earth. He brushed away centuries of loam with steady, reverent strokes, revealing a smooth, obsidian surface that glimmered like polished glass. Obsidian does not occur naturally in Xiangshan. It must have been quarried elsewhere, carried hundreds of kilometers by peoples whose names have been erased from history. Chen's hands trembled as he pointed toward the horizon, where 4 meters away, a black pyramid rose from the ground, a perfect, pointed wedge of night-black stone, its edges flawless, its faces unscarred. No hieroglyphs, no carvings, no graffiti of tomb raiders marred its surface, only silence, thick as the earth itself. Li whispered to himself, "The Black Pyramid," and recorded the name in his field notebook. Mainstream Chinese history insists that no pyramids existed before the Qin dynasty, not before 300 BC. Yet the carbon dating of the surrounding soil, the stratigraphy, and the tool marks on the obsidian all pointed to a construction date of 2307 BC. The stone was real, the date was real, but the timeline was broken. That night, as a wind howled through the nearby pine trees, Li's team set up a temporary camp on the freezing, wind-swept plateau. The air smelled of pine resin and distant river mud. They measured the monolith with laser theodolites, each click echoing in the stillness. Pyramid rose 218 meters high, taller than the Great Pyramid's original height. Its base spread wider than the Great Pyramid's foundation, its overall volume equal to 3 Great Pyramids stacked together. Yet there was no entrance, no hidden passage, no secret doorway. The black surface was seamless, as if the stone had been forged in a single, continuous pour. Determined to peer inside, Li's engineers drilled a tiny borehole near the apex, inserted a flexible fiber optic camera, and watched the screen flicker to life. Inside, a chamber opened empty, echoing barren. No bones, no pottery, no tools. Only a single object lay on the floor, a black stone disc, 3 centimeters thick, the size of a dinner plate. Its surface bore a spiral etched deep into the stone, a pattern that matched no known script or decorative motif. Li traced the grooves with a gloved finger. The stone was warm, not heated by the sun, but radiating an inner heat that seemed to pulse with a slow, rhythmic heartbeat. He slipped the disc into his satchel, feeling its weight settle in his mind like a secret. That night, Li dreamed of fire flames licking the walls of a sprawling city, people screaming and running, their skin marked with the same spiraled symbol, glowing like brand marks. He awoke in a cold sweat, the disc humming faintly in his pocket. When he tried to photograph it, his camera sputtered and failed. Every exposure came out black, except for one frame that showed a shadow, a faceless figure standing behind him, its outline etched with the same spiral, as if the darkness itself were the symbol. He never spoke of the dream, nor of the shadow, but he never removed the disc from his pocket. Years slipped by, and the Black Pyramid became a forbidden zone. Guards in dark, heavy uniforms patrolled a perimeter, 50 meters beyond the stone, their boots crunching on the brittle gravel. No civilian was allowed within 500 meters. Rumors swirled among the village's people who ventured too close vanished, or returned altered, eyes glazed with the spiral, as if the symbol had seeped into their very souls. In 2019, a daring university student named May, fascinated by the legends, slipped past the guards under a moonless sky. She climbed the pyramid's slope, each step sending a faint echo through the stone, the surface warm beneath her boots as if the monolith remembered each footfall. Reaching the summit, she discovered a second black disc, identical to Lai's, its spiral identical. She fumbled for her phone, snapped a picture, and later, as the image developed, she gasped. The spiral was not a spiral at all, it was a map, a star chart of constellations that no longer glittered in the heavens, stars that had burned out millennia ago. She emailed the image to her professor, who ran the coordinates through ancient astronomical software. The pattern pointed to a location deep beneath the South China Sea, about 100 meters below the surface, a submerged structure of the same black stone, the same impossible height, the same spiraled glyph. May kept the discovery to herself, fearing what would happen if the world knew. 3 days later, her body was found at the base of the Black Pyramid, her phone clutched in her hand. The screen still glowed, displaying the star map, the spiral pulsing faintly as if alive. The locals whispered that the pyramid now hums at night, a low, mournful vibration, like a machine awakening after a long sleep. Elders in nearby villages speak of the Black Pyramid not as a tomb, but as a machine, a sleeping engine that remembers the ages it has witnessed. They say when it wakes, it reaches back through time, pulling the curious and the bold into its grasp. Dr. Lei's journal, discovered in a locked drawer of his old study, ends with a trembling handprint and a final entry. We broke the silence. Now it's watching. Find the Black Pyramid before it finds you. The spiral in your palm is not a coincidence. It's a key. Use it wisely. The story of the Black Pyramid remains unfinished, a mystery that waits for the next seeker, the next brave soul who will listen to the stone's faint song and decide whether to turn the key or let the darkness keep its secret.